Hey, what's up? I don't want to get super technical, so I want to preface that before anybody chastises me or yells at me or claims it's oversimplification. This is to be simple and to be easy. I've been hearing a lot lately of people thinking that bankruptcy is some sort of evil tool that just lets people not pay bills, or some sort of evil tool that lets rich people just not pay things and walk away from debts. It's not. It's far from. There's multiple different ways of filing bankruptcy involving assets or non-assets, things like that. Bankruptcy is actually pretty awesome for everybody. Why do I say that? Obviously, like anything else, it can be abused. It can be used in a good way, though. The reason why I say it can be awesome, and it is awesome, is it thrives for things like entrepreneurship. You can throw everything you have at something, and if it doesn't work, clean your slate and try again, which is what it should be for and what it is for theoretically. Obviously, there's people who do some scummy things. There was a measure passed that helped cut down on a lot of the scuzzier things that was done by Bush number 2, or W if you prefer. And now we have a big thing about people who are very uneducated about bankruptcy saying, well, I can just walk away from my student loan debts. Good luck, they're federal. They're not going from bankruptcy unless you took from a private lender. But most federal, and almost now all of it, is federal, so have fun with that, guys. That's our next little bubble to deal with. Actually, to be fair, I do think car loans are going to burst before a student loan. So back to the bankruptcy thing, is it's not this magical pill that just gets rid of your debt. It's processes and negotiations you go through and all this other stuff, and there's different ways to file it, and sometimes you lose stuff, other times you don't, but it's a good way to protect yourself, and to make sure like you can still have literally food on the table. And thanks to things like bankruptcy, we don't have debtor prisons, and those were a real thing for a very long time, and actually the majority of human history, including we're going past debtor's prisons if you go far enough back to slavery or indentured servitude. But quite literally, if you owed someone some money, they could own you for an indefinite time. So, it's an involvement, and I think it's a good and important thing. Thankfully, I've never had to deal with it, but an example of what it is say you have a great idea for the newest tweezers. They're going to be your new jam, and it's going to have 3 prongs instead of 2. And you literally bet your house against it and everything. Yes, you lose your house, and yes, you may need to scrape some money up, but you can go out and get another job after everything's burnt, and rent a little apartment. Sure, you'll probably have to put a bigger deposit because your credit's shot, but for a good reason. You've burnt everything you had. But, you're not going to end up on a homeless shelter or die starving. You'll probably not have a perfect life after bankruptcy. But, there's like a very simple and obviously an extreme example is, you're not going to die because of your debts. But that gets into a whole other different thing with the medical industry. But I just wanted to do something like real quick, real easy about something that's very misunderstood. I am not a bankruptcy attorney. I don't have a law degree. I've never had to deal with it personally, so I'm not an expert on it. But if anybody's interested, I guess I can expand a little bit. I've dealt with it through work, through agents, so I've seen the process go down, and I scroll notes as much as I can because I enjoy to learn. So I guess if anybody wants like a 102, or like a chapter 2, whatever you want to call it, on bankruptcy, I'd like to kind of expand on it if possible for anybody interested. So there's my video. Hope you guys are well. Bye.